Hey folks, Mackenzie Lambert here, your host for Mac in the Movies, joined by my good friend John Cleveland.
Hi everybody.
This is going to be another installment of the Three Tenors, and as usual, I forgot the goddamn book, so...
Dos Tenors.
Dos Tenors. I will throw...
We are the two amigos! Legally distinct.
I will go ahead and throw on Rob Hill's list at the very end, but it gives us a chance just to focus on our list.
Sure.
So this one is going to be our top 10 scene stealers.
All right. I'm interested in Rob's list. It's funny, of all the times I actually want his opinion, I'm interested in what he thinks is, like, especially the number one, because he always just, like, throws a random crazy one out there.
Yep.
So, okay.
All right, so for this one, I kind of set some personal rules, as far as not being a lead role, not being a secondary role, kind of in the third, fourth, not like someone who pops up but is not overexposed.
Yeah, they're not on the cover. Yeah.
Yep.
The way I did it was very similar, but I made some caveats. There were a couple on my list they're not the lead. I will never do that. That you can't, But there are a couple, secondary characters, or I think there might even be one villain who I'm just like, I'm sorry, but this person at least once owned this movie. And they shouldn't have. Yeah. It should be the lead's job, but here we are.
All right, this is probably the most honorable mentions I've had for a list.
Yeah, you don't normally do that, so I'm interested.
All right, so for my honorable mentions, first I have Peter Sellers as Dr. Strangelove in Dr. Strangelove, or I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Yep.
He does play two other characters, but those two characters take the situation seriously.
Yes.
They are not comedic roles.
Correct.
Peter Sellers as Dr. Strange is probably the funniest I've ever seen him. And so much so, when he's trying to prevent his arm from sig heiling, watch the actor playing the Russian ambassador behind him. He's clearly trying not to crack up.
Yeah.
So, next one, Jeff Goldblum is Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park.
Okay. See that one, I would say that he's a secondary character in that example. But I agree. Yep. He is incredibly... I mean, when you quote the movie, you quote him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
This one's probably be controversial because it's only an honorable mention. Christoph Waltz is Hans Landa in Inglourious Bastards.
No, he's not even in an honorable mention for me. He's the villain.
Okay.
He was 100% somebody who should be stealing the scenes he's in. So, I mean, you could argue that Hitler is the villain in that movie, but, like, really Waltz is the villain. So, like, I don't hate it that it's an honorable mention. I probably wouldn't have liked anything, but I just told you, I've got a villain on here. So this is all hypocrisy.
Okay. Next on my honorable mentions, Alec Baldwin as Blake in Glengarry Glen Ross.
The only thing I'm upset by is how in the fuck is that only an honorable mention?
I know, I was fighting myself.
That movie is the first movie I remember ever seeing where, like, the entire cast needs an Oscar. Every single person in that movie needed an Oscar. It is the greatest acted film in history, I think.
Yep.
It's also one of the best written.
Next one on my honorable mentions, Miko Hughes as Johnny in Kindergarten Cop. Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
I'm not going to take it. You are 100% right. That kid owns that scene. That is a scene-stealing performance. Good job. That might be the best, perfect encapsulation of what a scene-stealing performance really should be. He's not the main character. Yep. He's tertiary to the plot. He doesn't serve a purpose other than this one moment. It's all him.
And my last honorable mention, Dustin Hoffman as Mumbles in Dick Tracy.
Oh, okay. I was waiting. I'm like, don't you dare list Rain Man. He's the titular character. Because I will let you know, I googled like scene stealing performances, and that was number one. And I'm like, he's the titular character. He can't steal a scene. It's his.
Yep. Okay, now on to my main 10. Number 10, Harvey Keitel as the Wolf in Pulp Fiction.
I feel immediately like we're going to have a lot of repeats here.
Yeah.
Just spoiler alert. You're going to see that again.
Oh, yeah. The guy, as soon as he comes in, he takes charge. And it's like
I love it.
It's like when you said when we did the coolest characters. It's like, for the longest time, we think that Vincent Vega is supposed to be the coolest character. And then he royally screws up, and then in comes Winston Wolfe.
Yep. Winston Wolfe.
Yes.
His last name is Wolf, and he's called the Wolf.
Number 9, Chris Tucker as Reuben Rhodes in The Fifth Element.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love that movie to death, but you're right. He steals a lot of scenes. Now, I'm not going to lie. He steals them with volume more than talent, but it works. I love his character.
Just the scene where he's interviewing Bruce Willis's character, and it's like the fact that
after he attacks him, where he's always like trepidatious about how far he can push things. Yeah. It's the first person he's ever heard no from in a while. I love it. Super Green. Yeah, love it.
Number 8, Sam Rockwell as Guy in Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's not right.
It's not real. Yeah, no, that movie. You know what? I am upset because I should have put that on my list. I love Galaxy Quest.
Yes, yep.
It's the best Star Wars
Trek movie
ever made.
Yeah. Number 7, Stephen Root as Milton in Office Space.
Oh, you're just hitting bangers, dude. I didn't even... How? You're right. Yeah. You're right. He is, arguably the villain. No, he's the...
Lumberg is the villain.
No, he's actually the main character, if you pay attention to the
film. He's the one that does, like, the...
Oh, no, he's not, because he doesn't have growth. His character has no arc.
No, it's just that the stapler subplot is pretty much all he does.
Yes. But no, you're right. He owns every scene he's in, and all the quotes are from him. You're right. 100%.
Number 6, Margaret Hamilton is the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
It's the villain, but at the same time...
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to critique, because I have it too, but no, you're right. She owns the scene she's in. Mm-hmm. I'm also happy that, like she went on to, her career got a rejuvenation to some degree, because a lot of people in that did not end up well.
No. Number 5, you're probably going to be surprised it's this low on the list, but it's Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice.
No, I think that's fine. I mean, he's a titular character, so I mean, I would never have put him on the list, but I don't think I think this is interesting because some of these are like, oh my god, how did I miss that? Another one's like, how is that on your list? Yeah. So this is a very interesting list. We are not jiving on these lists as much as I thought we were. All right.
Number 4, Robert Downey Jr. as Kirk Lazarus in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, I think that's more of an ensemble cast, so one could argue there, but he's not the main character.
No, but he's also making a pretty valid criticism of Hollywood.
Yes. No, I love Tropic Thunder. There's no argument to be had there.
And that also just someone online actually remixed Kirk Lazarus' line. I'm just the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude
for Doom.
And no, they just remixed it like a trance house club remix.
Me, I know who I am. I'm a dude, disguised as another dude.
Number 3, Robin Williams is the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. He's an honorable mention just because I'm like, it is a vague area. He's incredibly important to the plot. He's the thing, but it wasn't his intention. He was supposed to be a secondary character. The ads were not supposed to be about him. Disney lied to him straight to his face, and that's the reason he wasn't in the sequel, because he's like, fuck you. My contract said, so first off, pay me because you broke my contract, and also I will never work for you, you horrible, horrible company who has not learned anything.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate Disney. I just hate
no, fair enough, yeah. Number 2, Anthony Hopkins is Dr. Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs.
No.
Really?
He's not a secondary character. I'm sorry. I just don't accept that. But you and me don't accept a lot on Silence of the Lambs, Mr. The original
Brian Cox
was better, so we're just going to disagree on this.
All right. Okay, so my number 1.
Yes.
For the longest time, he wasn't even on my list until I realized, no, this guy not only needs to be on my list, he needs to be at the top of my list. Steven Stucker as Johnny in Airplane. Annie M, it's a twister. Right, what do you make of this? Oh, I can make a brooch, I can make a hat, I can pterodactyl.
I also love how we've waxed between the actual villain, the titular character, and a character who's just comic relief. But at the same time, you're not wrong. I would have done Lloyd Bridges.
Yeah.
Because he's, I personally think Lloyd Bridges steals mercy. Sniffing glue, and then it just keeps getting worse. Doing heroin. Like, it's just, like, Airplane's arguably one of the greatest parodies of all time, for a reason. So I ain't got a problem with that, but, like, it's just wild because, and again, I've got no leg to stand in here when I listen to my list. It's going to be also a thing, but it's funny, we're like, stealing, we're choosing not the main character, but then sometimes we're like, oh, wait. So, it's just interesting to me. A great movie. Great.
Yes.
Hate your second pick, though, just so everyone's aware. I do not agree. All right, so got some honorable mentions myself. I'm going to try to go rapid fire a bit with these.
Yep.
Don't need to talk about them. Just Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin. We've talked about that.
Yep.
Eugene Levy as Noah Levinstein in American Pie.
Yeah.
He's the best part. Like I love the movie growing up, but he's the best part. Again, we're moving on.
Yep.
Sam Elliott is the narrator from Big Lebowski.
Yep.
Marissa Tomei is Mona Lisa Vito in My Cousin Vinny.
Yep.
But again, she's arguably the secondary character. The thing. Bill Murray is Carl Speckler in Caddyshack.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Melissa McCarthy is Megan in Bridesmaids. Amazing. Lawrence Fishburne is Jason Furious Styles in Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
I know I grew up in a very hick rural town, but I had a copy of Boys to Men growing up, and it was I thought it was one of the best movies I had ever seen.
Boys in the Hood? Yeah, okay.
Boys in the Hood, sorry. On my list, starting at number 10, the definition of a just a cameo to just get a cameo, and it's funny. David Bowie in Zoolander.
Okay, yep.
They want to do a dance-off, and out of nowhere, I believe I can be assisted, taking his glasses off in the most ridiculous way because he's David Bowie, he does.
And it's so cool.
They're having a dance-off. It's this big, important moment in the funny scene. It's a comedy moment, and it keeps cutting back, and he's taking notes, and he just owns it. He just goes, I believe I can be of assistance, and then basically no other lines, and he owns every moment on screen he's in because he's David Bowie. All right. Number 9, Steve Martin as Orin Scrivlello, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, DDS, in the Little Shop of Horrors remake from 1986.
Yeah, yep.
It's an absurd film, it's great, but the minute he's on screen, this guy. It's also a very weird role for him, which I love.
Yeah.
Number 8, and this is one where I'm like, I will take that this is arguably a main character.
Okay.
Because he's a titular character. Well, he's not a titular, but you'll get it.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio is Arnie in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. One of my favorite films of all time. I will die on that hill 1,000 times over. I think it's amazing. I think all the portrayals are great. It's Johnny Depp's one of his best roles as an actor. It's one of DiCaprio's best roles. He could have easily gone more ham, and I definitely think he went ham. But I think he was willing to go a little further than a lot of people would have with his role. Okay. But he is just, when he's on screen, and admittedly it's a lot because of the loudness too. It's a lot. He's hard to not pay attention to, but he is just commanding the role in a weird way, and a way that was just indicating of how great of an actor he really is.
And I feel so sorry for constantly laughing at the memes that they use with Arnie.
Oh yeah.
So moving on.
Yeah. Number 7, and this is where there's a bit of a comedy element you're going to see returning here a lot. Number 7, it's Justin Long as Brandon in Zack and Mary Make a Porno.
Okay.
He's only in one scene, and it is the funniest scene in the whole movie. It's the funniest scene of that year, I think. The whole premise is the two friends, Zack and Mary, they're high school friends, and they're basically losers. They haven't... Their high school reunion comes up and they realize that they just haven't done anything. Okay. They never left their hometown. They haven't done anything, and they decide they're going to make a movie, and they decide a porno is the thing that makes the most sense. And that is almost superficial to the reason for the Justice Long. The Justice Long's character shows up the family or the high school reunion, and he's there with someone, and turns out he's there with the male. Person, the Brandon, I can't remember his last name. He played Superman.
Oh, Brandon Routh.
Okay. Brandon Routh, thank you. Brandon Routh was like the high school heartthrob that Mary's character, not Jasmine Elizabeth,
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks, thank you. She had a crush on him, so she talks to him and stuff. So they're talking, and she's trying to hit on him and stuff. Well, Seth Rogen's character, her friend, is talking to Brandon at the bar, and Brandon lets on why he's there and what films he makes, and the joke of it all is ultimately that he is gay, and so is the lover of the partner of Brandon's character. But he is how Justin Long chooses to portray his character is hilarious. He you can look up the scene online, just do it. It's hilarious. So But either way, I gushed a bit there. So that's number 7. Number 6, another comedy role. Jason Statham as Rick Ford in the movie Spy.
Oh yeah, okay.
From 2015.
Yep.
I love that movie, although I think the third, it falls apart halfway through, I think. But like, it's hilarious. Highly suggest. But Jason Statham's character is an idiot spy who like all the other spies make fun of because he's like the dumb jock spy. They convince him there's a face-off machine because the movie Face Off exists.
Yeah.
All of it. But there is a scene because the whole premise is Melissa McCarthy's character has to go do spy stuff because no one would recognize her, and it's all you need to know. She's a fish. It's a fish out of water story. But he hates that she's doing it because he just doesn't think she has the training and she's going to fail the mission. So he follows her. She walks into her hotel room and like she's in the middle of Europe and they're trying to do this mission. He's in the hotel room and she's like, and then he just breaks down all the shit he has done in the past that makes him better suited for this than she is. And it's just him lying, obviously. It's like, I once reattached this arm with this arm. She goes, I don't think that's medically possible. I once jumped out of a plane that was on fire into another plane that was on fire. The plane wasn't on fire, I was. She goes, that's not right. I think you're making this up. And it's just, if you just watch that scene, it's amazing. He steals, every time he's on screen, it's his show. And it's hilarious. I want them to make a movie about his character. So it's just amazing. So anyway, number 5, I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's Harvey Keitel is Winston the Wolf in Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Again, you said it.
Yep.
These two are the coolest guys ever. We're awesome. Oh shit, South. No, the coolest guy ever just showed up to fix this. Number 4, a lesser number. I love this movie to death. It's William Hurt as Marshall from Mr. Brooks. From 2007. It's a psychological serial killer
Kevin
film.
Costner, right?
Kevin Costner
Yes.
is the lead. Spoiler alert, Kevin Costner is a serial killer, which is, just to be clear, if you didn't think he's a good actor, because admittedly he doesn't choose a lot of difficult roles. I wouldn't say this is his best work, in my opinion. Slow grind, Demi Moore's in it in a good way. Unfortunately, so is Dane Cook. I'm not a big fan of his, but it works. His character works for being an annoying prick. Okay. And I think he pulls it off well. But Marshall is a different character. I'm not going to explain William Hurt's character in this because you need to watch it.
Okay.
But when he's on screen, it's his movie. He's just... But there's one specific point where he's just talking to someone, and for reasons I can't really describe what this is, but like he's talking, and you're like, holy shit, this is good. And it's the time. It's a point where you're just watching a man who is far better than every one of his co-stars. And I'm not saying his co-stars are bad actors, but you're watching a man who's just way above them, and he just owns the scenes. So. Also a bit, I will admit that one's also a bit, because it's every scene he's in, and he's in like 4 or 5. It's not just one, but still. I refuse to not put it on my list.
Okay.
Number 3, top 3. And again, we've already gone over one of these. It's Alex Baldwin as Blake and Glenn Garrigan Ross. If you like acting, just watch this movie. And I know that he's got a reputation now because of the thing and whatnot. I'm letting you know, fuck all that. This movie is amazing. You need to watch it. And he has one scene in the film, will be what you remember.
Yep.
There is a scene where he is in a room. It's Alec Baldwin. Like, do you want to help me out here?
Yeah, Alan Arkin,
like
Ed Harris,
Joe Pesci.
Kevin's not
not Pesci.
Pacino.
Pacino. Yeah.
It's Kevin Spacey.
But
anyway.
Yeah.
Jack Lemmon.
And like Alex,
Jonathan Pryce for a little bit too.
Yeah. And Alex just owns the room. It is his. No one is out acting him in that scene. It is his scene.
The coffee down.
Coffee's for closers. Fucking to this day, coffee's for closers is the line I say. Love that movie. Love it. All right, number 2, John Goodman as Harling Mays in Flight. He's in one scene. He's one of my favorite actors, so it's no surprise. But he's in one scene, and it's amazing. The whole movie, I mean, if you're unaware, it's, in my opinion, Denzel Washington's best film. Denzel Washington is an alcoholic pilot who gets in a plane, like the plane has a problem, and he actually, there's a crash. He does a ridiculous thing. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you know. He doesn't fly it, but because they're going to crash just straight down, he inverts the plane to be able to control it better. Mm-hmm. So he crashes it, but like saves almost everybody. Like there's very few people who died, if anyone. I think just actually one person dies. But there's an investigation, and he was drinking. He is an alcoholic. He is throughout the entire film. It's very clear. And so it's about the struggle. Most of it's about the struggle between himself and his alcoholism. Because he goes, I'm the reason everyone, well, we've only lost one passenger. Like, yes, you're also the reason one passenger died. Like, no, I'm not. There was a technical failure. And if you were sober, maybe it wouldn't have happened. And, like, it's all this, like, he's not to blame, but he's to blame. And it brings into questioning where blame lays a lot. And all of that is amazing. All of that is this great epic, I'm going to say epic, but, like, amazing narrative. John Goodman's character is a coke dealer, and I need you to know he's from a different movie, but it works. It just works. And I don't know too many other actors who could have made that character work and not been silly. And it's first off, you've never seen Flight, you need to see Flight. But especially, you need to see Fight for, well, Denzel's performance, but then also John Goodman. Yeah. And then last but not least, and this is another one where I'll just fully admit, is a co-star. Like, he's a secondary star, but I'm sorry, this has to be there. It is one of the greatest castings in film history. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, fuck that. He's got nothing on this. Val Kilmer is Doc Holliday in Tombstone.
Yep.
He's in, most of the movie, but every scene he's in, it's him. Kurt Russell is Wyatt Earp is amazing. Sam Elliott is one of his brothers. Bill Paxton is one of his brothers. Like, so many great actors, so many great roles.
Playing the outlaws, like
all the outlaws are great.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Val was born to play this role. Like, no one will ever be a better Doc Holliday, which is insane. Like, he owns every minute on screen. Oh, I forgot you were there. To Billy Bob Thornton, who has a shotgun. He's unarmed at the time. Like, he does not have his gun. Oh, I'm too drunk? Well, I got two guns. One for the both of you. Oh, I thought we were friends. If we weren't friends, I don't know what I'd do. As he's, like, toying with his pistol, fully aware that there's not a chance in hell this man can outdraw him. Like, I don't like going too heavy, but that character, that role, is one of the best of all time. Like, I'm not going to tell you Tombstone's the greatest film of all time. I'm not trying to say that. But if you could try to tell me why that isn't, like, one of the greatest roles of all time, he owns every single moment he's on screen. And, I don't even want to say one scene more than others. All of them are good. But, if you haven't seen Tombstone, watch Tombstone. Oh, it's a Western. I don't like Westerns. I don't fucking care what you like. No. Watch Tombstone. Like, it has nothing to do with liking Westerns. It's a setting. Get over it.
Yep.
It's an amazing movie. To be honest with you, though, I don't know any guy who hasn't seen it. I also don't know any guy who doesn't like it. Yeah. Not saying, that anything, if you don't like it, anything. I'm just saying, like, personally, it's just one of those movies I don't think I've ever met somebody who didn't like. Specifically men. But, yeah, great film. So, that's for me.
All right. Good selections all around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So those are our selections for our favorite scene-stealing performances. Feel free to share yours in the comments below. Stay tuned, because then I'll have a crawl for Rob Hill selections.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear, when this gets produced, I'm interested to hear what Rob Hill's choices are.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had, like, Marcel Marceau from Mel Brooks' silent movie.
Or he's going to do that thing where, like, he's going to do Running Man, or, like, Rain Man.
Yeah.
And, like, somehow justify it. Like, I don't know.
All right, so until next time, this is Mackenzie Lambert.
And John Cleveland.
Signing off.
Bye.